Hello, just wanted to take a moment here to welcome all of you that may be watching this. This is the first of what I hope will be many videos on the Liberate Raleigh YouTube channel. My name is Jason Romano. If you're not familiar with Liberate Raleigh, I guess you could call us sort of a sister to the Liberate RVA group up in Richmond, Virginia. You may have heard of Cal Molnay doing some good work up there. He and his colleagues out on the streets spreading the cause of liberty to the masses. Liberate Raleigh is kind of an extension of that here in the Raleigh, North Carolina area. I'm going to be posting videos on the Liberate Raleigh YouTube channel. I'll also be posting them on the Liberate Raleigh Facebook page. So this first video is just kind of an introduction and a welcome. So now you kind of have an understanding of what Liberate Raleigh is and Liberate RVA. I guess I'll go ahead and introduce myself. Like I said, my name is Jason. I've lived in Raleigh since 1982. I moved here from upstate New York in the Modena area. If you're not familiar with upstate New York very well, that's near Newburgh. And if you're really not that familiar, it's near Poughkeepsie. So I've been here since 1982. As far as how I came to libertarianism, anarchism, anarcho-capitalism, voluntarism, agorism, anarcho-libertarianism, there are so many names for it. But my story is, I got interested in politics when I was in high school. I was pretty much a conservative Republican, had a subscription to National Review for a good 10 years. I always had kind of a libertarian streak in me, at least as far as economics goes. I thought that libertarian economics was very on point, found it very interesting. Like I said, I subscribed to National Review, and I will say that in a sense, that was one of the most pivotal things for me, in the sense that I was first introduced to Austrian economics through an article in National Review. I believe it was written by Mark Skosen, but I can't say for certain. I don't remember off the top of my head. He mentioned that the Austrian Ludwig von Mises had made some critical remarks about the boom period of the 1920s. That interested me. I also learned about Murray Rothbard. So that was high school. Fast forward a number of years, and I wanted to read von Mises and Rothbard for a long time. It wasn't until several years later, in the late 90s, I was given Human Action and Man, Economy, and State as birthday and Christmas gifts. And then finally, after another couple of years after that, right around, I believe, 1990, 2000-ish, I finally read those. They really opened my eyes, particularly Rothbard. Then I started reading all of his work. I could not even list all the books of his that I have off the top of my head, and all the stuff from him that I've read. And his stuff was extremely influential, and he was pretty much the guy that convinced me after reading The Ethics of Liberty that, you know what, anarchy is true. That's what we should have. The government is a criminal gang that's just looting and abusing us, and yeah, we need to get rid of it. So I have to credit Murray Rothbard first and foremost on that. I read a bunch of other stuff. I stopped voting right around after the 2000 election, except for once in 2008 that I wrote in Ron Paul. Just mostly to amuse myself, not because I didn't think that it would make any difference whatsoever. But no, I don't vote. I don't think voting is a worthwhile endeavor. I think it's a waste of time. I think it legitimizes the system. I think it's a poor choice to make. I think that the best action is to figure out ways of coming up with and implementing alternatives to the current political system. Alternatives not in the sense of creating a different political system, but alternatives as far as ways of providing those services that the government now claims monopolies over, which is one of the reasons why I admire very much what the Liberate RVA group is doing. I remember when I saw them on Facebook a few years ago, I read about what they were doing. I immediately recognized that as the way to go, that we're not going to get where we want to be by messing around with the political system and voting and campaigning for candidates, so on and so forth. I realized the only way to do this is to change, well, you can't change people's minds, but helping people to think about things and hope that they can come to these conclusions themselves, and if they're coming to those conclusions, acting and changing their behavior such that they opt out of the political system. Hopefully we can start building communities based on these beliefs. Hopefully, and I don't know when this would happen, down the road, I think a good idea would be to build these communities and perhaps secede from all political organizations, but getting ahead of myself now, rambling on a bunch of other topics. So for these videos that I plan on posting, I'm going to try to keep them somewhat brief, kind of keep them bite-sized, because I know that people are very busy, they don't have a lot of time, but I reserve the right to break that rule when I see fit. I'm going to try to keep them a few minutes long, but again, they may run over if I feel the topic warrants it, or if I just get on a roll or something. So anyway, I hope that you stick around. I'm hopefully going to be posting a lot of videos. Check out the Liberate RVA group. Check out Kyle Molyneux on Facebook. Murray, obviously, if you can find some Murray Rothbard and Ludwig von Mises out there, absolutely read their stuff. Go to the Mises Institute online, mises.org, mises.org. They have pretty much everything you can possibly think of to read, free of charge, available online. So that's it from me to start off with. I hope that you guys watching will get something out of these videos. I don't claim to be a professional economist, any sort of philosopher, or really anything other than just a guy who, is going to talk about things and I'm going to give you my take on it. So if you can get something out of it, great. If not, hey, I tried. Anyway, until the next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.